Hey, buddy. Hi. Hey. Ready to come out? Ready to get to work? Hey everybody, it's Little Gypsy Woman again, and today is part 4 on how to teach your horse to lunge. So today we're going to do some review, and we're going to teach Kent to side pass today while on the lead. So let's get to it. Back, 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 back. Good boy, good boy. What? Back, 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 back. Good. Yeah, good job. Okay, now that we finished our warm-up, he did everything perfectly. He really is getting things down. He's reversing very well. He's backing when I'm asking him to. He's moving the hindquarters over. I'm really happy with how he worked today. But here's the thing. He's doing really good, okay? But I want him to be, eventually I want him to be perfect, okay? I want him to where I point the rope and he just bolts off and starts going into a circle around me. Or when I say back, I want him to like immediately start going backwards and really fast. Or when I put my hand on his back and I ask him to move his hindquarters over, I want him to be like almost jumping, moving his hindquarters over, okay? And you want your horse to be so in tune with your cues. And you want your horse to understand what you're asking so much that people almost can't tell how you're doing it. Okay? And it takes practice. You got to do this a lot. Really work with your horse, okay? But always try to fine-tune everything. Like with Kent, yes, what? He wants love. He keeps on asking for love. But always try to make your cues even smaller. And smaller and smaller and smaller. Try to get your horse to respond off of the smallest cue to the point where other people who are watching can't figure out how you're doing it. At first, I would give him like I'd give him a couple seconds. You know, when I would point my hand and I'd kind of let him think about it, think about what I was asking, and then wait. And then swing the rope, and then if he still didn't respond, then I would try to like walk towards him so that the rope would be whacking his shoulder, you know, and then when he moved off, I would rewarn him, okay? Like, I would give him a lot of time. Really think about it. But now that he knows what I want him to do it faster. Okay, so when I point, you make your correction quicker. Make it like I point and he's got about a second to move off. If he doesn't, I start swinging that rope and I walk towards him quicker. I make the whole entire process quicker. Then eventually what he'll start doing is thinking to himself, oh, when she points her hand, I got about a half a second to start trotting in that direction before that rope starts swinging and before she corrects me. So I'm really going to stay on top of this and do what she's asking. And eventually, you know, the horse will start learning. It becomes fun for your horse. Oh, what, you getting tired? It becomes fun for your horse to learn from you and to like do stuff. He likes it when he does a good job. Horses and dogs are very similar in that way, where they really like to please their owners. They really like it. And when your horse does the right thing and gets the right answer, he likes that. He likes to make you happy because in his brain or her brain, you're the leader. You're the leader of the pack. So why wouldn't he want to please you? You know, he likes you. You're his leader. He wants to do well, you know, which is another reason why it's so important to reward your horse and tell them how much of a good job they're really doing. I'm done my rant. But now back to what we're trying to do here. We're gonna ask him to side pass, okay? And now that my horse is really good at moving his hindquarters over when I tell him and at backing away from my body when I tell him, it's gonna make it really easy to ask him to side pass. And how we're gonna do that is, while he's going to circle, I'm gonna start walking towards him and clicking. Okay, and when I walk towards him, I'm gonna walk towards his shoulder. You know how I always tell you to look at their hind end when they're like, when you're going in a circle? Okay, well, you don't wanna do that. You wanna, when you go to ask your horse to side pass, you wanna look at their shoulder. And you're going to put your hand up to him like this. Oh, can you see that? Everybody, can you turn your head a little bit, just like that? You're gonna put your hand up to their shoulder like that and start asking them to move forward. And when you go, you're gonna keep clicking and clicking and clicking and doing it. And if your horse doesn't move over, then you can take the rope and kind of, you can swing it a bit and maybe like try to tap his shoulder or upper back region. Okay, not behind, okay, because then he'll move his hindquarters over and that's not what you're asking. You're asking him to move his whole body over in a side pass. So the first time it is going to be hard though, because your horse, it's kind of something odd and new and they don't really know what you're asking. So be very patient with your horse while you're doing this, okay? Me and Ken practiced it a little bit and we didn't practice it a whole lot, but if your work before this is done really well and your horse is really getting the idea, staying out of your space, moving away when you ask, then this should not be too difficult to teach your horse, okay? All the puzzle pieces and all the things that you taught your horse put together will end up being like, this will end up just being like another thing that's really simple to him, okay? So let's go ahead and try it out and I'll show you. So right now, we're just going in a circle, nice and easy. Okay, I'm not going to ask him to do any turns or anything. I'm just going to immediately ask for the side pass. I'll show you what that looks like. Right here, and good. Good. He was, and you're going to need a big pen to do this because you're going to go all over the place. But I'm going to try to do it further away so that you can see it, because I really can't tell how much you can see on camera. But I'm going to do it farther away and you're not going to be able to hear me. But you basically, when you ask your horse to go in a circle, just pick up the rope and let me show you real quick what it's going to look like. So what it's going to look like, okay, is normally when you're lunging your horse, you'd be like over there, okay? But then you're going to walk towards your horse and you're going to be in this, you're going to hold like this, okay? Up close, up like this, towards his shoulder, almost like you're, pretend you're a Jedi in Star Wars and you're using the Force to push your horse, okay? That's literally, that's what it's gonna be like. So we kind of practiced that a little bit, and as you can see, it's something that really does take a lot of practice. Kent didn't do too bad because of all the previous work that we had done with him, right? But for him to really get good at it, it's going to take some practice. But eventually, you should be able to just side pass your horse over or move them wherever which way you want them. Eventually, your horse should just side pass when you ask him to. Like that. Okay, how he's not perfect yet, but that was actually pretty good. Or like, if I want to walk up to him and I want him to move his hindquarters over right now, I should be able to just walk up to him and push his hindquarters over just like that, okay? He's starting to understand, like, oh, when she puts her hand up on my shoulder like that and kisses towards me, that means being side kiss. Or if I wanted him right now to start going in reverse, I should be able to just say back, 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 back. Good boy. And he should do it just like that, okay? He's learning very slowly, okay? Now comes the part of elbow grease, okay? You taught your horse everything that you want him to know so far, and he knows it. But now you need to practice it, okay? Your horse can know something, but they could be not very good at it. So, you know, you really need to put in the time, work with your horse, okay? Practice the moves that you had taught him so that he really can get it down and he really understands what you're trying to do. Mr. Kent is tired. Oh, you're tired. Thanks for watching, everybody. Oh, buddy. Starring Kent yet again.